So I would do weird stuff like that from a young age and always hiding it. But I started medicating, not like with drugs and alcohol, from the time I was like 8 or 9. Like if I had stomach upset, I remember I would go like drink Imodium every day. So like super weird stuff like that. Like I was always just trying to control my body. And I'm still to this day like very somatic. Like I feel everything. Like if it's like,
but it's real.
But like I'm a feeling person.
Yeah.
So I would do weird stuff like that from a young age and always hiding it too. Like never, I guess, and that's just shame. Like that was me knowing I was doing something that was weird, not knowing why I was doing it.
But no, I totally understand that feeling of like wanting to just like make it better.
Both my parents were medical, and it was tides are turning a little bit in like the US about how we approach healthcare. So I remember my first drink was kind of uneventful. I think we stole Jack Daniels. It was some kind of dark liquor, and we mixed it with Mountain Dew because we were rednecks. And it was disgusting. And I remember my friend I was with got hammered, and I didn't. Like I got tipsy, and that was also for some reason indicative of my metabolism. I don't know. I always felt through my whole journey, I could take in enough substances that should put down an elephant. And I just like can keep going. And I don't know what that is about me. So like that was kind of uneventful. I liked it, but I didn't love it. And then I remember more vividly, I got into my parents' medicine cabinet shortly thereafter, and they had hydrocodone. And it wasn't a super strong amount, but I remember I did it, and like that ease and comfort that the big book talks about, it was like, oh, this is great. Like this is awesome. And I also started using that day the way I always use. I'm a self-medicator. I'm not trying to be a weekend warrior who holds it together through the week. Like I want to just feel good all the time. And that's going to create problems because of tolerance and the progression and like just trying to manage that feeling good. You know, you gotta have up.
How old were you when did you say?
How old are you when you're like in 6th or 7th grade? From that day on, it was like, I love the anticipation of like getting a feeling, whether it's like good or bad, but just like that waiting to like just, you know, and
release.
I think it comes down to exactly, it's something to focus on that wasn't my anxiety and my experience. But from the time I started using, I had a quick descent. I was an IV drug user by the time I was 15. That was my first detox because that was unsustainable. I was unable to complete high school. I think I dropped out when I was 16.
Okay.
And like, I'll spare you the gory details, but it's like, it's everything you would imagine. Like my everyday, and my parents were really like laissez-faire because I felt like I just kind of left that. I was living on my own by the time I was 16. They helped me get like a $400 a month apartment, and it was just a disaster. I worked in restaurants, but all day, every day, it was just, I have to support this habit that I have because I'm dependent on it, and the grind and the hustle of that.
And that was IV drugs.
Yes. Yeah.
So you had graduated from...
I graduated quickly. I used to hear sometimes, I think it was first time I went to treatment, they're like, no one sets out to be a drug addict. And I would think in my head, like, no, I actually was fucking all in. The second I realized this was a thing, I was like, let me commit my life to this. Cause like, I will try anything. I never also had that like fear or like line of like, this is worse than this or this, like, I was like, who cares?